Clubhouse.
Welcome to Decorating the Set from Hollywood to your home with your hosts, Beth Kushnick and Caroline Daley.
Hey, Beth.
Hey, how are you? So happy to be back with another minisode.
It's so exciting, Beth. This is the time of year when I just want to peel off my hoodie, get off my jogging pants, show these super white, sad little skin that hasn't seen the sun in so many moons. I'm ready to be outside and enjoy my outdoor space.
Me too. You know, it's really a great thing to think about, whether you live in an apartment or a house. I'm even working on a big greens job on set these days. Yeah.
That must be exciting to have to think about how you do, what's your character's outdoor space.
Yeah, especially if it's shooting something that might have taken place on the West Coast, what kind of plantings are there versus the East Coast, and ways to enhance what people are seeing on screen outside the window. So it's for Hollywood and for your home. We're going to talk about the outdoor life.
I think about that show Parenthood, and I think I lusted after those big bulbed strung lights in their backyard for years because they were just so beautiful. And I was like, I just want an outdoor space that looks like that. So this episode, you guys, we are going to talk about how can you update your outdoor living space. And Beth's got some excellent tips and tricks to help us bring a little Hollywood and just comfort, right, to our outdoor space.
Absolutely. The most important thing really is, depending on the size of the space, to create a focal point, something that you can design around. If you've got a fair amount of space, it could be a fire pit, it could be a water feature, but focusing the floor plan and the direction in one way around how you're going to live in this outdoor space really starts to create kind of a indoor room in the outdoors. If you don't have that kind of space, you could even, if you're dealing with an apartment, say, and a small balcony, you could potentially, instead of moving outwards, you can move upwards and think about creating some wall gardens and things that use all of the space that you have, regardless of the size.
So you're talking vertical herb gardens or flower boxes or what have you, just going straight up the wall. Especially, I think about a lot of times you come in a backyard and you're like, I don't have that natural, in a living room where I have a fireplace or I have a TV. Man, I don't really want to look all around all the time. Having something right in front of you, like a fire pit, like a water feature that you can just gather around, kind of mitigates all those extra things.
It does. And it also keeps the view going, which we're always trying to do, that concept of breaking the fourth wall, really, and pushing out and expanding. So, this kind of outdoor design can also be really effective from the view inside. If your living room balcony is dressed, basically, right? We've done our set decoration out there. You're also enjoying that when you're inside.
So completely worth it when you're thinking about budget and you're thinking about things like, what should my fabrics look like or what should my materials be outside, to think about what's my indoor space going to be looking out onto.
Absolutely. And, that's another place where I really encourage all our listeners to go for, a color palette that it really works well in nature, to think about the grass that you're seeing or the blue sky or even the bricks of a building and, take that sand color or rust color and start to think about that in the furnishings, mixing comfort and function. looking for chairs and sectional sofas, things that you want to spend a lot of time sitting in. There's been incredible advancements and progress in the design of outdoor spaces. I mean, for sure, that is something that was already in development pre-pandemic, and now it's just taken off to the point where, even our friends at Mitchell Gold and Bob Williams have now designed an entire line of outdoor furnishings. So there are so many things available. There are a lot of ways to repurpose, say a metal end table that you've had in your home, decide to move it outside for the summer. And the same thing with different kinds of planter options and window boxes and plant stands. They're so available at all different price points, and they can be as simple or as decorative as you choose.
I know that lighting is so important to you. Tell me a little bit about how to bring some of those lights that we may even be using inside outside.
Well, same thing. You mentioned string lights, and now there's everything out there from, still the good old fashioned chili pepper lights to, this whole concept of like exposed bulbs where you see the filament. And the thing about those is that they really give off a soft, warm light. That's a way to create atmosphere. That's what we do on screen. It creates mood and atmosphere. There are some of the best battery operated candles available. Just even putting a grouping of them together really ends up creating as much light as a table lamp. And those things, again, you can buy the high price version of them, or you can find them at the hardware store. And, you gotta keep yourself loaded up with batteries, but they're on remote controls. Another way to really help make your living space outside comfortable. You don't have to go around turning on the lights every day. It can put things on a timer. There's so many things available. Tiki torches still rule, I think, to create a certain look. Solar powered lights, of course, really help outside.
Those good old citronella candles that save us from all those mosquitoes down here. We appreciate those very much. But I know there's also really amazing plants that you can choose that can also deter the insects from your area. Mm-hmm. So there's so many choices.
So many choices and so many ways. If you're planting things, as long as you have drainage. I mean, right now I am looking at a small, believe it or not, in my New York apartment, a small little orange tree with 3 incredibly good-sized little clementines on my plant. And, I had one for many years, and I have to say, it unfortunately bit the dust. But Gerald, our friend from Seasons Floral Design, he replaced it for me. And he really taught me that citrus doesn't like to be watered that often. I pulled back on watering it, and it's thriving. And, just those 3 oranges in my bedroom here, it really creates kind of like euphoric effect for me. I talk to it. I talk to my little orange tree. But there's so many things. And if you just get your soil right, your drainage right, and lately I've been seeing so many beautiful painted decorative planters that I just finished a set where we did an entire windowsill just cultivated with different kind of plants and different planters, but it actually created this character's collection that totally told a story. The person was caring, the character was caring and precise and worked at keeping these plants going. There are planters available that also tell like a kind of hipster or, different period story. Like I'm seeing so many things that feel 70s and 80s. Macrame hangers are back big time. You can use those outside. It just adds another layer.
So speaking of that last layer that I always feel like that people forget about outside is actually defining your space with a really amazing rug.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, the materials that are available that, you can have an indoor, outdoor, but primarily outdoor rug, or even on a small balcony, a runner that can have a monsoon hit. And, it might take a couple of days to dry out, but, these materials, synthetic materials, are made for all different kinds of weather. That's where I really encourage color. Super, super bold choices. That's what brings the outdoor jewel box together.
Oh God, I love that so much, Beth. That is such a great tip. And you guys, Beth has so many amazing tips and is so reachable out on Instagram. Tell us where we can talk to you when we have more questions.
Please. The Decorator by your side at Beth Kushnick, both on Instagram and Twitter. I am available and ready to take all your questions. Thank you to everyone who has been communicating with me. It's been really, really wonderful.
Thank you guys so much for listening to another minisode. I hope you're on your way to your favorite big box store and you're flipping us on and listening to some different ideas, getting inspired to fill up that cart with some awesome outdoor accessories. Thank you guys so much. Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to Pod Clubhouse on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts, and most specifically to Decorating the Set from Hollywood to Your Home with Beth Kushnick. 5 stars, people. Thanks so much for listening.
Decorating the Set from Hollywood to Your Home is an original Pod Clubhouse production, recorded, edited, and produced at Pod Clubhouse Studios. For more information, please visit us online at podclubhouse.com. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to Decorating the Set at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you for listening.